welcome to another episode of This Week in F1. First up, Marko can't seem to leave Lewis Hamilton alone. The old fella can't seem to stop yelling again, and no one knows why he keeps yelling at the defending champion. Recently, the guy who talks a lot, and I'm not really sure what he really does at Red Bull other than talk, made headlines when claiming Lewis Hamilton faked injury in the incident at the Italian GP between his boy and the fading goat. Now he's gotten slightly more personal. The master has asked why, if Hamilton did indeed have a sore neck after being used as a cushion for Verstappen's rear wheel, the man could spend the evening at the recent Met Gala. Marko, the main man, also claimed that if the champ had such a sore neck, how could he fly from Italy to the USA for said event? Also adding that if he thought Lewis was dressed funny at the gala. Well, now fashion battles aside, I think I may have found the solution to this running feud. Now get this, what if the UFC and Formula 1 arranged a get-together event? After Sochi, the Merc boys and their drivers could field 3 fighters and the Red Bull boys could field 3 fighters for a best out of 3 fight night in front of some really excited Russian fans in the octagon. Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen, but I can dream of the Tortonator and the Spice Boy Horner having a go at applying an armbar on each other, can't I? Now, what are the chances of a South African Grand Prix happening? CEO of Formula 1 Stefano Domenicali famously said that there will be a race in Africa within the next 5 years. He said that at the start of 2021 and all African Formula 1 fans cried pure tears of happiness. But when will this actually happen? Now, firstly, where will this happen? The most logical place for an African race is seemingly South Africa. Most likely a street race in Cape Town or a race at the refurbished or being refurbished Kyalami in Johannesburg, where the last 2 South African Grand Prix were held in 1992 and 1993. Investment in Kyalami as recent years has come to about 600 million rands according to Car Magazine, and the man heading the project, the South African Grand Prix, is Warren Scheckter, a relative of Africa's only Formula 1 champion Jody, and he has been quoted as saying, "We are hoping to secure a GP date towards the beginning of the 2023 season." Now, ScuderiaFans.com has also reported that a South African Grand Prix looks possible for the future, as Liberty Media has made no secret that they feel Africa needs a Grand Prix. The MotorSophistication.com has also reported that a South African Grand Prix could return as early as 2023. Kyalami does seem to be a more practical site to the race because of the proximity of Johannesburg International Airport and the history of the South African Grand Prix at Kyalami, and cost effectively, it would seemingly be cheaper to get a Kyalami track up to scratch than to develop new options in Durban or Cape Town. Of course, Formula E will have an event in Cape Town in 2022, which I would love to attend, but let's see what happens, and many see this as a test run for the Formula 1 event in South Africa in the near future. We're holding thumbs down here in anticipation. Come on, world. It's been a long time since FIFA World Cup 2010. Give Africa something. Being a Schumacher can suck, or not. Yeah, everyone and his mom has watched the Michael Schumacher docu. His fans love it as a tribute. His haters, well, for lack of a better word, hate it. Because lo and behold, the filmmakers didn't make Schumi out as the evil, psychopathic Darth Vader his haters believe him to be. But there are more Schumachers in racing than Mick and his boy. Well, Michael, his boy Mick. Remember Ralph? Bit slower, but not as all-conquering as Michael, even though he did carve a very respectable career for himself in Formula 1. Well, his boy David is racing in F3, and much like cousin Mick, the kid has a massive Schumacher-sized spotlight on him. Recently, David and cousin Mick met in Budapest for some sauerkraut or tears of their enemies, or I don't know, whatever Germans have for dinner, and suddenly, says the son of Ralph, that there were 15 people around the table who recognized the duo. Now, Davy Boy says the name has had good and bad repercussions for him, but I don't know what it would be like if my name wasn't Schumacher. I grew up like this and got used to it. Curse or blessing? I think both. The man was quoted as saying, "Gasly back to Red Bull? Now this one won't die, will it?" Yep, Gasly did get a tough break at Red Bull and he has restored his reputation completely at AlphaTauri. Yep, he should have a sore back after carrying his team seemingly alone all season. But could he be on his way back to the top Red Bull senior team? He certainly deserves a faster car, most seem to agree. Most fans appreciate the Frenchman for being a very fine driver, but does he have a snowball's chance in hell of a return to the Red Bull team? Sergio Perez has a new contract. Verstappen is untouchable, but contracts don't seem to be worth an awful much in Formula 1 or football, asked Gasly himself. Now the man who decides this is obviously Mr. Christian Horner, and what does he have to say on the subject? I would never rule anything out. He also added that Pierre Gasly has done a phenomenal job with AlphaTauri in the last couple of seasons, and their aspirations continue to grow, so for him to retain the lead drive there is good. He remains a Red Bull driver on loan to AlphaTauri. Well, does that give Gasly hope or frustrations? I don't know the man. But if I were the Frenchman, I would be WhatsApping Benotto and Zach Brown my CV and some jokes. Clean jokes, you know. It can only help if they think you'll be good for team morale when you're looking for a job. Newey not joining Aston Martin. Shocker. Unlike Williams years ago, Red Bull have no intention of allowing the greatest designer in Formula 1 history to leave their team. Having seemingly learned from the mistakes made by Williams and even McLaren later on, Red Bull has made no secret of their intent on keeping Newey at the Winged Wonders, despite reported interest from Aston Martin, who are seemingly offering everyone who has ever attended a Grand Prix a job at their new facilities. Christian Horner reportedly told La Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy, Adrian is happy with us and has extended his contract. He spent 16 years at Red Bull, loves our approach to work and remains super motivated. Newey is of course the most successful designer in Formula 1 history. Cars by his design have won over 150 Grand Prix and 10 Constructors' Championship. Well played in keeping this guy Red Bull. He's worth his weight in gold. Comeback kid, Martin Whitmarsh is a name many McLaren fans may remember. The man is of course a former team boss, and before being team boss he spent 2 decades at the Woking-based team. Aston Martin have been offering jobs to every single soul who's ever seemingly had anything to do with racing, and they have confirmed that he will be returning to the sport as their new Group Chief Executive Officer for Aston Martin Performance Technologies. Oh, that's a mouthful. Lawrence Stroll said that Martin will enjoy senior leadership responsibility and will assist and support me in setting the new strategic direction for Aston Martin Performance Technologies and its subsidiaries, including the crucial objective of leading the transformation of Aston Martin into a Formula 1 World Championship winning organization within the next 4 to 5 years and evolving it into a billion-dollar business over a similar time period. Well, Mr. Stroll has been splashing the cash impressively recently. Let's wait and see how this very exciting project will shape up over the next few seasons. Psalm 23, Thought for the Week. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I may walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and loving kindness shall follow me all the days of our life, and I will dwell in the Lord's house forever. A beautiful psalm. God is my shepherd, and even though sometimes things may not go my way, he'll still be with me and he will carry me through. Why? Because I choose to walk in his shadow. And yeah, leaving you with some memes. Hit that sub button. Come back again next week, please. Thank you for listening. God bless and have a great weekend.